In a surprising turn of events at Super Bowl 59, the spotlight was not only on the game but also on pop icon Taylor Swift, who found herself facing a significant amount of public scrutiny. While most fans expected her appearance at the stadium to be met with excitement, it turned into something unexpected when she was met with boos from the audience. The moment came as Swift, dressed in a Kansas City Chiefs jersey to support her boyfriend Travis Kelce, was shown on the big screen during the game. The reaction was immediate, and the booing was audible, much to the surprise of many fans, considering Swift's immense popularity. As the incident unfolded, reactions on social media were swift and varied. Among the most notable reactions came from former President Donald Trump, who took to his Truth Social platform to mock the situation. In his post, Trump wasted no time in taking a jab at Swift's reaction to the booing, highlighting the contrast between her usual adoration from fans and the negative reception she received at the event. His commentary struck a tone that was both sarcastic and mocking, reflecting his well-known style of using social media to voice his opinions, often with sharp humor. Trump's post did not just stop at mocking Swift's experience at the Super Bowl, but also included broader comments about her political and personal life. He referenced the past controversies that surrounded Swift's involvement in politics, particularly her public endorsements and criticisms of various politicians. Swift had become a prominent figure in the political landscape, especially during the 2020 presidential election, when she endorsed Joe Biden and criticized former President Trump. This, according to Trump, had led to a shift in her public perception, and he suggested that the negative reaction she faced at the Super Bowl was a direct result of her political stances. The comments from Trump ignited a firestorm of debate, with supporters and detractors weighing in on the situation. For some, Trump's mocking tone was seen as an unnecessary attack on Swift, while others believed that it was a humorous way of pointing out the contradictions in Swift's public persona. Regardless of one's opinion on Trump, his post seemed to capture the essence of the polarized political climate that has influenced much of the public discourse in recent years. The incident at the Super Bowl highlighted not only the intersection of celebrity culture and sports, but also the larger issue of how political views can impact one's public image. For Swift, the incident marked another chapter in her ongoing relationship with the media and public scrutiny. She had already experienced her fair share of highs and lows in the public eye, from her early days as a country music star to her evolution into a global pop sensation. Throughout her career, Swift had cultivated an image of being relatable, but also unapologetically herself. However, her political activism, particularly in the context of the 2020 election, had drawn both praise and criticism. Many of her fans admired her willingness to speak out on social issues, while others criticized her for using her platform to promote political ideologies. The boos at the Super Bowl seemed to reflect a growing divide in public opinion about Swift's role in the political sphere. The boos themselves were a curious moment in a stadium that is typically filled with celebration and excitement. Swift's appearance had been highly anticipated, especially with the intense media coverage of her relationship with Travis Kelce, which had dominated headlines in the weeks leading up to the event. Their romance had been the subject of countless tabloid stories, interviews, and social media posts, making Swift's presence at the Super Bowl seem like a natural extension of the media frenzy. Fans of Kelce were eager to see Swift cheering him on from the sidelines, but instead, they witnessed a moment that many considered uncomfortable. The boos, though not universal, were loud enough to be heard on the broadcast, and it raised questions about the limits of celebrity in sports culture. In the wake of the incident, there were calls for a deeper examination of the role of celebrities in sporting events. Some argued that Swift's appearance was proof of the increasing commercialization of major events like the Super Bowl, where celebrities are often brought in to generate buzz and attract attention. Others pointed out that, as a public figure, Swift was bound to be subject to the whims of the crowd, and that the boos were simply a reflection of the polarized nature of modern fandom. Sports, like music and politics, have become arenas where personal allegiances and preferences are not just about the game but about everything surrounding it. The event also underscored the growing intersection of celebrity and sports. The world of professional football had long been a space dominated by athletes, but in recent years, celebrities like Swift, as well as other high-profile figures, had become increasingly involved in the sport. The merger of celebrity culture and sports fandom had reached a fever pitch, with social media platforms amplifying every moment. Fans could now engage with both the athletes and the celebrities who support them in ways that were not possible before, and this had led to an environment where the boundaries between celebrity and sport were becoming increasingly blurred. In the days following the Super Bowl, the incident was discussed at length across various media platforms. Television talk shows, online forums, and social media exploded with opinions on the boos and the reactions from both Swift and Trump. While Swift had not directly commented on the incident at first, her fans quickly took to social media to defend her, calling out the unfairness of the boos and expressing their displeasure with the negative treatment she had received. On the other side, Trump supporters found humor in his post, viewing it as a well-timed dig at someone they saw as a vocal critic of their political views. For many, the boos at the Super Bowl were a microcosm of the larger divisions within American society. The political polarization of the nation had extended into almost every aspect of public life, and the Super Bowl, a highly watched event, was no exception. The spectacle of Taylor Swift being booed was more than just a moment of discomfort for the singer. It was a symbol of the deepening rifts in the cultural and political landscape of the country. The moment seemed to reflect how personal views and affiliations could now shape one's treatment in even the most neutral spaces, like a sports stadium. As the conversation continued, some wondered if the negative reception at the Super Bowl would have lasting effects on Swift's career. Given her immense popularity, it seemed unlikely that a single incident could drastically change her standing in the music industry. However, the backlash against her political activism had already shown how divisive her public persona had become. Swift had always prided herself on being able to relate to her fans, but the boos were a reminder that not all of her fans shared the same views, and that celebrity culture had evolved into a space where every aspect of a person's life, whether political, personal, or professional, was open to scrutiny. Ultimately, the Super Bowl incident and Trump's subsequent mocking comments were a reminder of the volatile nature of celebrity culture, especially in an age where social media and politics are so deeply intertwined.